Greetings. About feed the streets with another one, people. Well, today about feed the streets with one of my own productions. Like, okay. Like, people. It's that. Run things. Somebody drop a cover version of Grace Triller's Panic, people. No sound too bad. To sing about you. I love Jesus and I love your name. Long time. God, yeah. Others doing what they wanna do. Be happy. About you. Oh, pardon me. Jamaica.
States of America came to Jamaica. This is the reason that they gave. I'm not saying it was a legitimate reason as if it was happening in Jamaica. But when Marco Rubio came, Marco Rubio said that the Cubans who were working on the medical program, nurses and doctors, so on and so forth, in Jamaica,
We're not being
they
paid.
were not getting paid. And if they were not getting paid properly, it can be like somebody being forced into servitude. For instance, the Cuban government would send these doctors and nurses and medical professionals to Jamaica to work, and then these people would not get paid. So they weren't able to like work and send money back home to take care of their family, help pay the bills and whatnot. Right? They were
Okay.
concerned about that because for them that will be human trafficking. Of course, and
So Jamaica involved in a human trafficking and now pay the people. Them.
well, I want you to know this, right? After Marco Rubio left Jamaica, what happened to a large number of those Cuban medical staff in the
Yeah,
region
bro.
or on the island?
Soul flow, I tell you what go on with the Chinese at Jamaica, they're not being paid. The people,
Here, it was purely coincidence that after the US threatened to take away
there's a no work, no pay. Visas.
visas members if they continued to use the Cuban nationals for their medical program. You saw so many of them leave the island.
But then Tufton went to Bumbleclad, Singapore or somewhere down there, try to get the people to come work at Jamaica.
saw a video of some
Chinese, them there Jamaica said no money, they need money, no money, no work.
Chinese people live in the construction site. And this is a Jamaican man standing outside who was making the video, obviously. And he was saying in the video, look on this. When you look on this, you know, so them Chinese people here bring them own worker come over to Jamaica. So when them get the contract, them build a place them. And you hear the construction of what? And then you hear on the one that said this a build up and that a build up and new construction here. Jamaicans are not getting any of that work because they are flying in their own.
Yeah, man, bring in Chinese harbor workers.
Of course, I was along the lines with other Jamaicans said these work. The reason why Jamaicans are not getting the job is because the majority of the Jamaicans
Not qualified, all of this in there.
some of them want to make and set their own time to get to work and their own time to leave work.
Which is true in some cases.
The day that you get paid must be the day that you work half day so them can go bar, go spend the rest of the money or hang out or whatever. Some of them take a lunch break, that is it. No more productivity for the rest of the day. Just the stylings. Man want to take a break, pick up smoke cigarette every hour and every 15 minutes.
Ouch.
Or man want to take a break, pick up on a spliff. Or man stand up on the people them job not working. These Chinese people, when they bring them in, they work like robots. If them says 9 o'clock work start AM, they are there at 8:45. If them say you work till 5 p.m., they're not leaving the site till 5 p.m. If they say 1 hour for lunch break, them take exactly 1 hour, 12 to 1 and back to work. The argument that they don't know nothing like that, so they are.
I used to work when them said
and
12,
because of that,
you not get your lunch time till 12 o'clock, but 5 minutes to 1. You better clock back in and start work 1 o'clock.
Which allow things to flow smoothly on to the next project. Well, from a business perspective, I can understand that. But today, September 18th of 2025, I look in the paper and I see Chinese strike. Chinese strike. The same thing that I just told you that Marco Rubio had accused Jamaica of doing with Cubans, right? Unpaid construction workers express fear that they will lose their house back home. They temporarily walk off of the hospital job site, afraid they will lose their houses back home, as in back home in China.
So that means,
Construction workers that I saw in the video,
listen to
even
this.
in groups, there were no black persons there. There were no Caucasian persons among them. There was just a large group
Pure
of Chinese workers.
So now think about the road that St. Thomas said. Them a tell lie upon the woman say she cause if you stop. Maybe at them same sort of people that through them now get paid.
Raised in Jamaica.
Them stop the work.
Jamaican from birth. But no, these are the Chinese who came here for the main purpose of working construction. And now it is being exposed that these people are working for months at a time without being paid. It gets to the point now where the people them say them can't take it no more. So they are
that time, a long time they want to send one more thing to them family, wherever them there.
Jamaica. Chinese construction workers building the $43 million Western Children and Adolescent Hospital in Mount Salem, who complain that they have not been paid their proper pay since the start of the year. Say that they had no choice but to temporarily walk off of the job when they're gone because of mountain bills back home. You know, like how some of we go overseas, go work. So you leave Jamaica and you go to the US on a work program. And you're there work on a farm, or you're working at a restaurant, or wherever you're working at, a warehouse or something.
And then I pay you.
Like $500 a week for the work. I'm just throwing a number out there. You send home a 200, you tell wife, you say, go and pay some of the bills, or you send home a 300, go and pay some of the bills, pay our daughter school fee, keep some food in the house. Next week, we get famous sending some more. The Chinese are in Jamaica are doing the same thing. The only problem is now they're saying they have not been
They
paid
not get
at
paid.
the start of the
Or
year.
strong Andrew is not let off. As a matter of fact, a tough time.
So,
Andrew is on tough time.
April, May, June, July,
Nah, let off.
September is a long
God, them Chinese must be
working and not getting paid. I would say they have worked almost the whole year. There's only 3 months left in the year. And to now be protesting saying we have not been paid. So according to them, some are even at risk now of losing their houses in China, saying that efforts to go through diplomatic channels have
failed.
futile, and they are hoping that the protest will actually call some attention to the plight that they are enduring in Jamaica. We all have children and elderly back home.
So,
Alone on the house.
so like the people them I build things on the people.
A text message that was translated with a language.
On the people them
The house in our
labor.
country may be forcibly withdrawn or auctioned, and we will lose even more. Now, we just want to get our hard-earned money back to China. From January of 2025,
Bomber clock.
we have not been paid our work salary.
9 months.
The text, I see the little video and the picture them with the people outside, and I'm saying to myself, the Chinese people them can take them liberties there with, because
Allah ya tell.
that's the reason why they wouldn't.
If I'm Jamaican people and kill them. It was Jamaicans, them send police go kill them to strike. And put gun and all kind of sit on them so them a riot.
Or nothing like that.
Lucky thing at Chinese.
Coming to work late. I mean, these are things that do happen. And
Full flow, it's a lucky thing at Chinese and not Jamaicans there. Cause those would be criminals with guns and rioting. You hear them claim, they would have claim and go kill them off just to strike.
Son of beat down your blouse and skirt, and then you supposed to work 9 months straight with no pay. Them Jamaican people here are not built like that. Man will lick you down with big stone, my friend.
That's why they don't use no Jamaican, my friend.
Up with cutlass, my friend. Boy, Mr. B, I want my money today. If you don't get it today, me limb up your cloth around you. I've seen these things happen. That's why I'm able to say what I'm saying.
That's why Andrew makes sure no Jamaicans are not on these sites.
2025.
Because they had planned to rob them long time.
Their salary. The text also suggested that they had appealed to the Chinese embassy to help. But up to this date, there has been no intervention. So it looked like the embassy must be in panic too.
What do you mean?
Now, why would China and
Because
the Chinese embassy and
because of prisoners them send.
business people bring their own Chinese people all the way to Jamaica to work them and not pay them with a promise of pay.
Because of prisoners, them send prisoners that got some skills.
Sense to me. I'm trying to figure out why
them send prisoners that got some abilities. But them prison term them still a serve.
Help, but no help has came their way. It said that we went to the embassy, and the embassy said that it would help to mediate, but there was not time to determine the mediation. In other words, they said they would help, but no time was set for them to help us, because every day is just work.
Young people are out there like slave. Huh?
On white treated workers, most of them men, they converge at the gate of the under construction building. The words, no money,
No work.
were prominently displayed on a makeshift sign of what appeared to be plyboard that was painted in white and that was held in place with stilts.
You can go over the people's soul floor.
Sign and post it up outside. No work, no pay, and they gathered there. At one point, one man who was identified as a supervisor was seen as he emerged from a section of the work site and he addressed the crowd of men who were gathered, but the crowd of men responded with some angry reactions. I guess him probably come out there and telling them, said,
We go work. I want the people I say, suck your over.
You're making us look bad in front of the Jamaicans. Please go back to work. We will fix this problem, I promise you. And in their own Chinese way, they might have said, suck your mother. Going back to work until you pay us. You've been saying
You're glad you read when I said just so far. I forced me to see it today. But when we say suck your mother.
And that since February, March, April, all the way till now in September, we're done. We've had enough. That is what it seemed like they responded by saying. Not necessarily in those words, but along those lines. Because nobody never moved according to this report. Them didn't really responded and stayed right where they were at. The protesters were provided with verbal support from a number of Jamaicans who were passing by. You know how Jamaican people stay already. Big up yourself, Mr. Chen. Yes, demand your money, yes. Then the people them say, no work.
No pay.
One woman said, I should
No pay, no work.
to stand firm. She said, demand your money, yes. One local worker from the nearby Cornwall Regional Hospital at that site sought to rally the troops by shouting the slogan from their sign. Remember, the Chinese people have a whole other sign.
Yeah, man.
Already said, no money,
No work.
Cornwall Regional employee was passing by and echoed it loud for them. No money, no work. Show them some support. Standing in
No, that tough done.
with the Chinese worker.
No, tough done over in the corner, that's all. Where, sir?
The supervisor would only say that they will be working to resolve the issue, and that is all they are going to say. I'm sure they don't want to elaborate, because then they would have to explain how come you have not paid these people
For 9 months.
January of 2025 and now we're in September. Is it true? And figure do that the interview in front of the people them. Some of them Chinese people here, them can get pretty ignorant, you know, or ignorant as we say, you know, and lick it down with 2 big stones to miss them fight already. Either that or them know the Tui Chi and the Chai Chu and some karate too, so them we cook cap pepper, oh yeah, you know, and chop and kick you up. Yeah, so their supervisor didn't want to take the chance, apparently, doing an interview explaining why. Because if they had to lie in the interview, they might have gotten an angry response from the Chinese people who are protesting outside. According to the Jamaica Observer, also sought to get a comment from Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton,
Him hideout.
who was sworn in with other members of the cabinet yesterday. His one sentence reply, because that's all Dr. Christopher Tufton had to say, was that the construction workers were back on the job. That's all him said. They were back on the job. I guess
Did they get paid?
discuss either why they are in Jamaica slaving away since January, still have not been paid. Him just said they're back on the job. So located on the grounds of the CRH, this is a
Corner Regional
220
Hospital.
bed Western Children and Adolescent Hospital that will provide medical services for children and adolescents up to the ages of 18 years old or so. And it will also include a 60-room resident facility, specifically for health professionals from Western Jamaica. So
When by the time with that done, it's a hotel.
7 floors facility in October of 2019.
Hotel and conference center them a build.
For quite some time.
6 of them.
Now in 2025.
Hotel.
We're talking about what, 6 years
hotel and conference center. Mark my word. How much bed?
At
Residence? Yeah, right.
CRH, built as the first of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean. This is a big deal. The hospital is described as on Health Ministry's website as a gift. Get this part. Not only is it supposed to be some big fancy something, as in it is supposed to be the first of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean, but listed on the website of Health Ministry's website, it is actually supposed to be a gift from the government of the People's Republic of China. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to say, why would China be gifting Jamaica a facility of such sorts? Such exquisite facility, a medical facility. We're talking about $43 million here, right? We're talking about a 7-story facility, over 200 beds facility, 60 rooms of that just for residents facility for healthcare professionals. And it's supposed to be a gift.
You're right.
From Chinese government. And the workers are all Chinese who are complaining that they have not been paid since January of 2025. In September of 2025. I'm not doing the maths. I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but I find this quite suspicious. And it takes me back to the accusation that Marco Rubio then came to Jamaica with, saying that human trafficking might be happening. But of course, you also know the relationship between the United States of America and China. So as much as the United States of America can say, we will withhold your visas for all elected officials in Jamaica, so you can't come back to America if you continue to use the Cubans, and they will send away the Cubans and go look for some Filipinos or some Nigerians to replace them, which is what Dr. Christopher Tufton said they would do. But them not have too much talk when it comes to Chinese and Chinese business.
No, people, after hearing all of that, I'm look and see all of these videos. I remember a few months ago, could be up to a year or so, or a little more, because time flies, them say. We see the American ambassador was down in Jamaica and basically a school like a rude children as to why them have Cubans down there working, and it's like them not paying them. Them means to how it sound like, some form of enslavement, trafficking and all kind of thing na go on where the Jamaican government have the Cuban doctors there. And yes, never with the catching our feelings. And I say, boy, we have long-term relationship with Cuba and the doctors, them and them help out a lot in many situations. Yes, them do help out. But then, when I see these Chinese now, where nobody, them big enough can defend themselves because as a country. It's not only called village like how Jamaica is in comparison to China and America. That we just some dots America can easily well erase with from the map. Like they have done many islands, even bigger than Jamaica. They have erased. Or the race of people, that race of people have erased many places, turned them into desert, turned some places into just water left. The only thing left there is water. Maybe you might sail a ship there and you think rocks, all foundations to buildings and whatever left there. Remember, these flood, enough of these places been flooded out. So Jamaica can easily wipe off our map. Now, when I see the Chinese in Jamaica, I put up poster and I demand them get paid. No money, no work. Need money, no money, no work. So with them kind of slogans there, and all Jamaican people, even though no Jamaica, cause Andrew when it's done tell you, none of the work them where I go on, none of the site them where I put up. No Jamaica now get no work for saying it makes sense to go there because they might have police that will kill you, bro, for get rid of you. So it makes sense to approach the site. And now when we look upon it, what does Horace Chang, Minister of National Security, what does Christophe Dan, Minister of Health, and him a build hospital, a Feme Hospital, a Feme Legacy, the people in my work upon. Election call. Why these people never strike before the election? Why the taxi man them never block road before the election? What them say? They would have get beaten. Who would have beat you? Who would have beat you? But now that the woman win, MP change, and before, and the day she is swearing, that's the day on the choose Black Road. I find these things funny. Now, Christophe Dan, the people them you come out and say they're back at work. Okay, they're back at work. Did they get paid? Or just a promise? People, with that part said, let's ask yourself, are these people that they bring, these Chinese harbor, executive harbor or whatever I name, are these people that they're bringing into our country, are these people legal, innocent professionals from China, or are they some prisoners we get let out of prison after whatever term, criminals, hardcore, gangsters and whatever, and China try to get rid of them and depose them on some unsuspecting country and claim so them are the work. How we hear so the Cubans them was all kind of things, So I wonder if these Chinese are somewhat of the same sort, Remember, Cuba and China, both of them are communist associated country according to the labels what we get. So people, if you don't think them people like the Chinese them Even though I'm in Jamaica, not Jamaican now work on the site. If you don't think them get paid and gone back and work comfortable, or then just get a promise by Tufton. I mean, them borrow some money from the IMF and it land. The money supposed to clear the 3rd. The money was supposed to be cleared the 3rd of September. The 3rd of September was election day. So, enough people get paid out of election workers. Enough election workers get paid out of that money. Election day, yes. But after the remaining of that money, did these workers, these Chinese, get them paid out of the remainder of that money? Cause we see some road in some areas where some MP lose, suddenly become swimming pool in the middle of the road, the whole of the dirt pack up around and block off road and create swimming pool night. I tell people, so the police jeep park up there, so, and people must say enter at your own risk. Are these people that dug up this road, are they going to jail? That a national infrastructure and that act of treason. Destroy a national government infrastructure that's supposed to be called an act of treason. Crime against the state. Anyway, people, leave in a comment about what you think, leave in remarks what you think about it in the comment section. Out.